Hello, everyone. My name is Garrett Rennie.
Emilio Suarez,
I'm Maddie Childers.
and this is going to be our design simulation. To begin off, to introduce myself, my name is Emilio Suarez, and I will be talking about the structural and organizational levels. To begin with, our group stayed as a functional design throughout all three rounds. The reasoning behind this was mostly because when the decision was brought up to split us up into different departments, our group, our company decided to stay in the departments where it was one finance department, one marketing department, and one advertising department. Instead, we should have split our departments up into like in a regional. So an Asian finance department, an Asian marketing department, an Asian advertising department, and so forth. We did not make enough changes to level up to the divisional structure. The functional structure is responsibilities, goals, and specializations are based on function or role. By staying at this level, our company did not advance. It didn't grow. Our employees actually rate themselves a 5 out of 10 on how satisfied they are with their jobs, and they are also not very engaged with their jobs. Our team collected less in revenue from one year to another, 112 million in 2026 and 107 million in 2027. With this loss in revenue, we also lost about $13.14 million in profits, which is 144% down. We also achieved 60% of the company's goals in 2027, which is, something successful. Our decision making time is about 5 days, which according to simulation is 5% faster than an average company, which I also believe to be a success.
The next thing we'll be discussing is how KPIs are influenced by structural decisions. KPIs are strongly influenced by structural decisions. The organizational design has a huge impact because it dictates the hierarchy and how the decision making process is run. The culture and mission also lay out the plan for goal setting and expectations of management and employees. Structural decisions made regarding management are also important because poor leadership will set a bad example, and bad decisions will stop growth and success when it comes to profit and happy stakeholders. A good example from the simulation was when we were creating our organizational design and we opted to allow employees to decide what project they would work on. We were trying to avoid centralization and allowed employees to play a part in decision making, but there was too little accountability from management, which caused low productivity and a lot of confusion. This caused us to perform poorly in people and process, which in turn had a negative effect on finances and stakeholders.
Next up is our most surprising results from the simulation. Reflecting on our simulation experience, there were three key areas where our results were particularly surprising. Number one is customer retention and satisfaction. Despite our efforts to improve organizational structures within the simulation, customer retention and satisfaction remained disappointingly low. This was unexpected for us because we assumed that better internal processes would naturally lead to higher customer satisfaction. However, the simulation highlighted the importance of localized service adaptation. And even in a simulated environment, it became clear that if we don't meet the specific needs and preferences of our customers on a local level, retention and satisfaction would suffer. So this was a valuable lesson about the critical role of customer-centric strategies. Number two was collaboration levels. So the simulation revealed the significant impact of poor collaboration on overall performance. We anticipated some challenges with collaboration during structural changes, but the extent of its impact was much greater than we actually expected. So this was evident in the simulation drop in productivity and innovation. It emphasized the need for better communication channels and collaborative tools. Even in a controlled, simulated setting, effective teamwork and clear communication pathways proved to be essential for achieving our goals and maintaining performance. And then last but not least is job satisfaction. Like Emilio mentioned in his first slide, the level of employee dissatisfaction and turnover in the simulation was very surprising. Despite implementing various structural changes intended to improve efficiency, job satisfaction was low and voluntary turnover was high. This pointed to a critical employee critical issue, the importance of employee and engagement. Um, in the simulation, our employees expressed a lack of autonomy and missed having more decision-making power. This was a stark reminder while structural efficiency is important, it should not come at the expense of employee morale and empowerment.
So my decision was that I would not like to work for this particular company because toward the end of our simulation, we were showing to have a poor company climate with a lot of teamwork and unity issues and a lot of lack of communication. So I just don't think that I personally or the company overall would be successful long term.
Um, I also agree with Maddie. If I would like to work there, I would not. It's a functional company with little room for growth, and if change isn't implemented, it's gonna die in its coming years. Um, it has to have a structural design that works for this company, and the functional structure that it has now is not really working for it.
Right. I broke down whether or not I would want to work at this company down to two key factors: opportunities for growth. Um, their rapid expansion and dynamic environment present a number of opportunities for professional development. Employees were exposed to a variety of roles and challenges that can enhance their skills and experience. Um, so I believe that this would be ideal as far as being a place to work. Um, However, high turnover and job satisfaction observed in the simulation were significant concerns. These issues suggest underlying problems with employee engagement and workplace culture. These factors were evident and highlighted the need for better support and engagement strategies. Working in an environment where colleagues were frequently leaving and job satisfaction is low, it can be demoralizing and hinder long-term career satisfaction.
So, a significant lesson that I learned throughout the simulation was that sometimes something significant that I learned was that you can't play it too safe, especially when your company is facing significant growth. Not taking calculated risk can lead to profit and opportunity loss. This was actually the reason that we were given for why we didn't move on to the next level of the simulation, is because we were not making the decisions and making enough changes that would let us have that profit and opportunity growth.
One important lesson that I learned from the simulation is not to be solely revenue or profit based, but also think about your suppliers, think about your employees, think about the culture surrounding your company. It was shown in the simulation that our employees were not happy. Therefore, their engagement wasn't very high, their production wasn't very high. Overall, they weren't content. Our suppliers were also not content with us, so they wouldn't help us out. Our shareholders were not content with us. We were only focused on making money, which was not which was one of our main issues.
Thank you. The two key lessons that I would like to reflect on are adapting to market needs and continuous evaluation. Adapting to market needs, the simulation just demonstrated the critical importance of adapting to market needs. We saw that failing to respond quickly uh, significantly impacted customer satisfaction, which highlighted the need for flexibility in our organizational structure, allowing for regional units to make decisions that cater to local performances and demands. And then, like I said, continuous evaluation. Our initial functional structure streamlined operations, but eventually hindered innovation and employee satisfaction. This highlighted the importance of regularly reassessing our organizational design to ensure it remains aligned with both internal goals and external market conditions. So, like I said, continuous evaluation helps us identify and address issues early and keep our organization agile and responsive. So that's going to be the end of our presentation. Thank you for tuning in.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you.